Welcome to Balance Within. Today we're diving into an important topic: mental health myths versus facts. You know, for being so important, mental health is one of those things people don't always like to talk about. Kind of like that weird smell coming from your refrigerator. You know it's there, but you are hoping it just goes away on its own. Well, today we're opening the refrigerator door and taking a good look inside. There are so many misconceptions out there that can prevent people from getting the help they need. It's like thinking you can wish away a cold or make a sprained ankle feel better just by telling it to. So, let's set the record straight. Our first myth is one I hear all the time, and it couldn't be further from the truth. Mental health problems are rare. Seriously? Have you met people? Just kidding? Sort of. But in all seriousness, mental health issues are far more common than most people realize. The truth is, mental health issues are about as common as finding a dancing cat video on the internet. You know how often those pop up, right? In other words, they're everywhere. You might not see them, but they're there, affecting people all around us. According to the World Health Organization, 1 in 4 people will experience a mental health disorder at some point in their lives. That's a staggering statistic when you think about it. That's like saying 1 out of every 4 people you see at the grocery store, at the park, or even on a Hollywood red carpet has faced some kind of mental health challenge. It's more common than we think. Think about your own life, your friends, your family. Chances are someone you know has dealt with or is dealing with a mental health issue. We've all been touched by this in some way. It's a shared experience that connects us all, even if we don't always talk about it openly. And that's why it's so important to talk about it. Open conversations can lead to better understanding and support. We need to normalize these conversations just like we talk about the common cold or getting a flat tire. It's a part of life that shouldn't be stigmatized. It's a part of life. Just like any other health issue, mental health needs attention and care. We don't whisper about someone having a broken arm, so why do we tiptoe around mental health? It's time to change that. It's time to break down those walls and realize that mental health is just as important as physical health. Awareness and understanding can make a huge difference. Remember, you're not alone in this. There are resources and people ready to help. We're all in this together. Let's support each other and make mental health a priority for everyone. Okay, let's talk about this whole mental health is a sign of weakness myth. It's a damaging and outdated belief that needs to be debunked. Seriously? Who comes up with this stuff? It's like some kind of cruel joke that just won't go away. That's like saying a rainbow's just a bunch of weak colors, refusing to be black and white. Come on, people, we all know that's not true. Mental health issues have absolutely nothing, and I mean zero, zilch, nada, to do with how strong or weak you are as a person. It's about the brain needing help, just like any other part of the body. There are health conditions, just like diabetes, a broken bone, or needing glasses to see. We don't judge people for those, so why judge mental health? They're just a different part of our amazing, complex human bodies that needs a little extra attention sometimes. And that's perfectly okay. Imagine telling someone with a broken leg, "Just walk it off. You're not weak, are you?" Sounds ridiculous, right? Yet we do this with mental health. Well, it's the same thing with mental health. We need to change our perspective and approach. It's about taking care of ourselves inside and out. Mental health is just as important as physical health. We need to stop shaming people for something they can't control and start offering support and understanding instead. It's time for a change. We need to be there for each other, to listen without judgment, and to remind everyone that it's okay to not be okay. Together we can make a difference. Okay, this myth is like saying just cheer up to someone who's feeling down. As if it's that easy, if only, right? It's like telling your computer to calm down when it's having a glitch. It just doesn't work that way. Recovering from mental health issues takes time, patience, and often professional help. It's a journey, not a destination. And sometimes it takes a little extra help, like therapy or medication. And you know what? There's absolutely no shame in that. Think of it like this. If you had a broken arm, you wouldn't hesitate to put it in a cast, right? You wouldn't just tell yourself to snap out of it and expect your arm to magically heal. Mental health is no different. It requires care, attention, and sometimes a little extra support. So, let's ditch this myth and embrace the idea that healing takes time. Let's encourage people to seek help when they need it and remind them that they're not alone in this journey. Chapter 4. This myth is like saying only left-handed people can whistle. Completely absurd. Mental health doesn't discriminate. It doesn't care about your age, race, gender, what kind of car you drive, or whether you prefer cats or dogs. It can affect anyone, anywhere, at any time. It's like the flu. It can strike anyone, from your neighbor to your favorite celebrity. We're all human, and we all have brains. And sometimes those brains need a little extra TLC. Mental health doesn't see your job title, your bank account, or your Instagram followers. It's an equal opportunity experience. And that's why it's so important to break down the stigma and create a world where everyone feels safe and supported to talk about their mental health. Chapter 5. Myth number 5. People with mental health issues are always isolated and can't lead normal lives. This myth is like saying all cats hate water. Sure, some do, but have you ever seen a cat enjoying a nice bath? It happens, and it's the same with mental health. Just because someone has a mental health condition doesn't mean they can't find joy and connection. Having a mental health condition doesn't mean you're destined for a life of solitude and struggle. Many find strength in community and support. In fact, many people with mental health conditions live incredibly full, meaningful, and successful lives. They pursue their passions and achieve their goals. They're artists, entrepreneurs, teachers, parents, you name it, they're out there rocking it. They contribute to society in countless ways. With the right support, treatment, and a whole lot of self-love, people can manage their conditions and live their best lives. It's about finding balance and what works for them. It's about finding what works for you, whether it's therapy, medication, meditation, or a combination of things. Everyone's journey is unique. So let's ditch the stereotype and celebrate the resilience and strength of those living with mental health conditions. They show us the power of perseverance. They're proof that you can overcome challenges and live a life full of joy, purpose, and connection. Their stories inspire us all to be more understanding and supportive. Chapter 6. Myth number 6. Mental health problems are less important than physical health problems. This is like saying the crust of a pizza is less important than the toppings. You need both for a complete and delicious experience. Mental and physical health are intricately intertwined, like two peas in a pod. You can't have one without the other. Ignoring your mental health is like forgetting to put oil in your car. Eventually, things are going to break down. When you neglect your mental well-being, it can manifest in physical ways, like headaches, fatigue, digestive issues, and even more serious health problems. And just like you go to the doctor for a checkup, it's equally important to prioritize your mental health. Talk to someone, seek professional help if needed, and don't be afraid to put your mental well-being first. Chapter 7. Myth number 7. Talking about mental health will make it worse. This myth is like saying talking about a dirty room will make it messier. No, talking about it is the first step to cleaning it up. The truth is, talking about mental health is like letting the sunshine in. It helps to air things out, reduce shame, and create a space for healing. When we share our stories, we realize we're not alone in our struggles. It's like realizing your neighbor also enjoys wearing mismatched socks. It makes you feel seen, understood, and less like a weirdo. Talking about mental health opens up lines of communication, breaks down stigma, and encourages people to seek help when they need it. So let's create a world where it's as normal to talk about our mental health as it is to talk about the weather. Let's check in with each other, listen with open hearts, and remind everyone that it's okay to not be okay. Thanks for joining us on Balance Within to debunk these mental health myths. Remember, breaking the stigma starts with education and conversation. If you found this video helpful, hit the subscribe button and share it with someone who might benefit. Together, we can make a difference.